Hey guys, I'm Amanda. I'm standing here beside one of our elderberry bushes. Today we're going to talk about how do you harvest elderberries. When we look at the elderberries, like this right here, they start off as little white flowers, and then throughout the summer they slowly turn into these berries. You want to pick them when they're really a dark purple, almost like a black. It's August here and North Carolina, and ours are finally ready. I'm going to show you how we harvest them and how we dehydrate them and get it ready for the wind and storm. All right, I have finished separating my elderberries from the stems. As you can see by my hands, they're very stained with elderberry juice. I want to talk about what I'm going to use to dry my elderberries. I have an Excalibur dehydrator, which I love. It is a workhorse. It's made in America. I know I talk about that a lot, but it's super important that we support Made in America. And it's just a really good dehydrator. I can dehydrate a lot of things in it. This is one of the trays here. Now, I have bought this silicone mat separately. When you get an Excalibur dehydrator, you have a plastic piece that goes over this, but the holes are big enough to where an elderberry can fall right through the holes. So I bought these silicone mats that fit right over the tray, and that way there's no chance of elderberries falling through. So I am going to pour some of these elderberries into the first tray and then just spread them out. I'll put a link in the description for the dehydrator and for the silicone mats. I also use these silicone mats for fruit spreads. I like to make fruit roll-ups for the kids, and these are great for that. Okay, these are ready. I'm going to finish filling up my trays, and then we're going to put these trays in the dehydrator at 135 degrees for about 8 to 10 hours. You can check it after that, and if it's dry, take it out. If it's not, give it a couple more hours and it should be dry then. Berries are done. So what I'm going to do, I have found the easiest way to get the berries off of the mat is to just brush them to the center to kind of get them from sticking, because they do tend to stick. And then, get those up. You're just going to take the edge of the mat on either side and bring it up like this, and then we're going to put it in our jar. I have a half a gallon mason jar right here with the stainless steel funnel just to keep everything inside, and I'm just going to pour it right into the jar. And that makes it so much easier You'll have a few that stick. You can just pick those off later. Once I'm done filling my jar, I just put a lid on it. If I'm gonna have it set out, I use one of these lids. This is a replica of the old style lids that our grandmothers would have had. I got it off of Amazon. I can put that link in the description. It's a wide mouth, and I just screw it right on, and then I put it on my shelf. If I'm going to put it in a cabinet and nobody's gonna see it, I use one of these white lids that you can get as well, and you just screw it on. Oh. And then you just store it in the pantry, and that's it. That is how I store my elderberries. Now, one of the questions is, what do I use these for? Well, there's a number of things. In the winter, I like to make elderberry tea to help boost our immune system. I also like to make elderberry syrup with it. Elderberry syrup is something, again, our grandmothers would have used. If you like to know how to make elderberry syrup, you can check it out on my blog, lifewithaprons.com, and you'll find the recipe there. Also, I like to put these in our oatmeal in the winter. I make oatmeal in the Instapot, and I just take a handful of these, throw them in there, and then cook it in the Instapot, and it is delicious. So those are just a few ways we like to use our elderberries. There's lots of ways you can use them, but if you want to preserve them for the winter, you're going to want to dry them and then store them in a glass jar. One more note about elderberries. They can be toxic if eaten fresh, so you want to make sure that you cook them. By cooking them, it releases the toxins so that they're safe for us to consume. So in things like elderberry tea, elderberry syrup, and oatmeal, they're all being cooked, whether it's in hot boiling water or in oatmeal in the Instapot. You just want to make sure that they're cooked first. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more great content. And also check out my blog at www.lifewithaprons.com. Thanks for joining me.